Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're going to dive into a lecture that gives a super practical, step-by-step guide to enlightenment. And it's a journey that doesn't start with complicated theories, but with a simple, really profound truth about what actually matters. So, let's get into it.
This one sentence, right here, it's the foundation for the entire path. It's a huge reminder that the real work is all internal. It's not about what you achieve on the outside, but about the quality of your heart. Everything we talk about today really flows from this one core idea.
So that's the big question, right? How do you actually become a master of the heart? Well, according to this lecture, the answer isn't some vague, mystical quest. It's a real journey with clear, actionable steps. And the very first one starts by looking inward.
Okay, so step one isn't about studying ancient texts or getting lost in abstract philosophies. Instead, it's this deeply personal process. It's kind of like an excavation of your own past to find something really precious you might not even realize is there.
Now, the speaker shares this personal story to make a really important point. This path is something you experience. It's not just some intellectual exercise. It's something you can actually feel in your body, a kind of spiritual awakening that shows you there's more to life than just the physical world.
What's so interesting about this process is how it reframes the whole idea of self-reflection. See, it's not about beating yourself up over past mistakes or judging yourself. It's more about filtering out all of that noise to find the absolute core of your being, the part of you that has consistently acted with real sincerity.
And the speaker has this amazing name for that sincere core, your inner pearl, or the diamond's core. It's your indestructible, totally unique brilliance. That part of you that's always been true. Finding this pearl is the essential first step, the foundation that everything else gets built on. The big takeaway here is that self-worth isn't about being perfect. It's about recognizing the sincerity you've had all along.
All right, so once you've found your inner pearl, the path takes a turn that might seem a little counterintuitive. To truly know yourself, you actually have to turn your attention outward, to other people.
So the argument here is that retreating from the world isn't the way to enlightenment. True self-knowledge just doesn't happen when you're all alone. It absolutely requires interaction.
This is such a profound shift in perspective. Suddenly, every single person you meet, every conversation you have, becomes an opportunity for self-discovery. They are literally acting as mirrors, reflecting your own nature back at you and showing you truths you could never, ever see in isolation. And this slide really illustrates a fundamental shift in spiritual thinking. It's about moving from what's called the Hinayana path, which is more focused on individual, often isolated enlightenment, to the Mahayana path. And the Mahayana path sees love and connection with others as the very key to your own spiritual growth. The core idea is that human connection isn't a distraction from the path, it is the path. Okay, so if other people are our mirrors, how do we interact with them skillfully? This next section gets incredibly practical, which is awesome. Here, the speaker makes a really critical distinction. There's what he calls hypocritical love, which is really about making ourselves feel less guilty. And then there's unconditional love, which is described as being like the sun, just giving warmth freely with no strings attached. The goal is to move towards this selfless love, to genuinely want to help another person. And this, right here, defines the true work of a master of the heart. It's about recognizing that so many people out there are carrying these heavy burdens of worry and suffering. The whole point is to learn how to lighten that load, to help others feel genuinely glad to be alive.
Now, to make this idea really concrete, the speaker uses this fantastic, totally unexpected metaphor from the world of baseball. What on earth could this number have to do with enlightenment?
Well, it all comes down to consistency and positive impact. Think about it. A 300 hitter is a pro. They consistently get results and they lift up their entire team. The same exact principle applies to mastering your heart.
So the challenge for all of us is to become a professional of the heart. To be that person, whether it's at home or at work, who consistently brightens the room, lifts other people's spirits, and makes them genuinely glad that you're around. The big idea here is that spiritual mastery isn't just some internal feeling. It's a practical skill you show through your consistent, positive impact on others. But, and this is a big one, there's a crucial warning here. As you get better at this, and as people start to praise you, there's a very real danger of arrogance, what the lecturer literally calls the dark side. The only thing that can protect you from that is real, genuine humility. This brings us to the final and maybe the most profound practice on this whole journey of discovery. It's a method for one last, really deep purification of the heart.
The speaker walks us through this incredibly powerful exercise called active self-reflection. The instruction is simple, but wow, it's profound. You just have to genuinely imagine this is your last day on Earth. What regrets come to the surface?
And the point of this exercise isn't to be morbid or anything. It's to force you to face that gap between the person you are today and the person you truly wish you could have been. It's all about those missed opportunities for kindness and for love.
This is such a radical reframing of regret. The lecture is basically saying that tears of remorse aren't a sign of weakness at all. Actually, it's the opposite. They are a sign that you are fully, truly human, that your heart is fertile and alive, not some barren desert.
The speaker gives these purifying tears a really beautiful name, the rain of the Dharma. They're like a sacred cleansing, washing away the very last impurities from your heart and getting it ready to experience a state of pure, unconditional love.
And so that's the path laid out for us. It's this incredible journey that takes us from finding our own inner pearl to seeing ourselves in the mirror of other people, to becoming a true professional of the heart, and then, finally, to a purification through tears. It doesn't end with some easy answer, but with a deep, personal question for each of us to carry with us.